Welcome everyone, good afternoon. I'm gathered here with my colleagues today. My name is Doug Scaff, the Minority Leader of the House of Delegates, with Minority Leader of the Senate, Stephen Baldwin, Delegate Jim Barrick, Senator Richard Lindsay, and Delegate John Doyle. We're here letting everyone know that we just delivered a letter to the governor's office on behalf of our caucus, asking the governor to suspend the state gasoline tax for 30 days. State gasoline tax represents about 35.7 cents per gallon. Now, we are asking to suspend this for 30 days. We think all West Virginians would definitely benefit by this. The crisis that's going on across our world in the Ukraine, nobody asked for that, but it's real and it's happening and it's affecting all of us. This is a small token and a gesture that we can give back to all West Virginians. What's that mean? The average fill up would cost, it would give back to people $8 to $10, depending on the size of their car obviously, but $8 to $10 back per fill up. Now that's a lot. Think about how many times you fill up your car. That money can go back and help West Virginians, all West Virginians. Now, what does that mean to our Department of Transportation? We want to work with Secretary Jimmy Riston and make sure there's no hardship and funds it doesn't go unfunded to road maintenance and upkeep. So we're asking to work with the governor to use some of our $1 billion surplus. A $1 billion surplus, it would cost us about $25 or $26 million for 30-day suspension of the gasoline tax. So we would ask him to use that. Our rainy day fund is in great shape. Our budget surplus is in great shape. We're just asking to prioritize this, and it's the one thing that'll help all West Virginians during this time. It's an unfortunate situation, and we hope the Ukraine conflict comes to an end very shortly. But in the meantime, it's affecting all of us West Virginians and people everywhere, and this is the least we can do to help those in need. At that time, I'd like to turn it over to Senator Baldwin. A few comments.
Thank you, sir. Thank y'all for being here with us. I just want to echo the comments from Delegate Scaff. You know, several states are doing this. West Virginia would not be the first. Our neighboring states in Virginia and Maryland have also done this and are taking this action today and pausing their state gas taxes. Here's the reason I think it's important. You know, when I'm out talking to folks, this is what they talk to me about. It's pocketbook issues right now. It's how much the price of gasoline is, it's how much groceries are, and so this is something that we can do right now as a state government to provide relief at the gas pump. As Delegate Scaff said, you know, we want to be able to work with the Department of Transportation. We want to backfill these funds using either surplus funds, using available funds as needed to make sure that this does not hurt the state road fund at all. We think we're able to do that, and you know, I just think this is going to make a really big impact. People are paying so much right now to try and get to and from work. People are paying so much now trying to get their kids to and from school. And in a rural state like West Virginia, where we have to travel so far from work and school every day, this will make an immediate positive impact on people's pocketbooks. So we appreciate your consideration of this. We appreciate the state's and the governor's consideration of this. I'd like to turn it now over to Senator Lindsay to further comment on this proposal.
Thank you. First off, happy St. Patrick's Day. It's a wonderful day, a beautiful day here at the Capitol, and I'm happy to be here with the folks that are here talking about an issue that does make a difference in the lives of all West Virginians. And that is removing the gas tax, eliminating the gas tax, pausing the gas tax for 30 days. This is what we hear, to back up what Senator Baldwin said. I have constituents that call me and ask what can be done about this. How can we reduce the costs? How can we address these issues that are important and essential to everyone's life? And I think it falls in the realm of what the Democrats, both the House and the Senate Democrats, have tried to do all session. And that is relieve some of the pain, relieve some of the burden of inflation. We had bills to reduce the sales tax. We had bills to raise the minimum wage and put it to the people of West Virginia. A ballot initiative, for example, that would then raise the minimum wage based upon the consumer price index so that wages move with inflation. We believe that's what the people of West Virginia want, and this is just another measure that we believe needs to be pursued, and we ask the governor to pursue, not only to benefit West Virginians, not only so that they can put more money in their pocket, food on the table, and to take care of their families, but to protect their jobs. I don't know what the percentage is, but I would wager a number of West Virginians have to use a car in order to get to their job. This is a way to help them do that. It's a fabulous measure. I hope the governor takes this measure and request seriously and brings relief to the people of West Virginia. Jim, you want to say something?
I sure do. Thank you, Senator. Hi, everybody. And first of all, again, St. Patty's Day, beautiful day out here today. I fully support this proposal. It's a great idea. We really need to drop the price at the pumps a little bit. It's gone up over $4 a gallon. We haven't seen that in a few years. And of course, you know, as the other senators and Delegate Scaff were talking about, inflation is hurting everyone. This is a result of things getting going after the COVID pandemic is starting to wind down. And so hopefully this is only going to be a temporary measure, which is a great idea to do this for 30 days. And let's see how it goes. But if we can knock off the price 35 cents at the pump a gallon, that'll really help everybody. I went to the store today, things are a little bit up, filled up the other day, and yeah, we can use a little bit of a break. So this is a fantastic idea. I fully support it 100%, and I'm glad to see that my colleagues on the Democratic side are doing something about it, and I hope the governor takes up this issue. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Delegate John Doyle.
Thank you, Jim, and Minority Leader Scaff, Minority Leader Baldwin. I think particularly the inflation in gas prices that has happened within the last 3 or 4 weeks is a direct result of the conflict in Ukraine, which is an invasion by a powerful nation, Russia, to a smaller neighbor. Now, I believe if we do this, and if every state does this, and if the Congress does this, a temporary pause in the gas tax, not a permanent elimination, temporary pause, actually is another signal of support to the people of Ukraine who are fighting the Russians. And we need to help them out. So it's for all the other reasons that all the other folks have said are absolutely right. I want to add that this is a signal of support for the folks of Ukraine who are fighting the dictator Putin and the aggressor Russia. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see behind us. I mean, the prices are continuing to go up, and they don't even have a price on the gas station there because it's that, it's that fluid. You know, we talked about, the term trust the climb we thought was only used for our football program, but trust the climb, we have no end in sight with this gas prices. So we need to trust us. This is a way to give back to West Virginians. We can do it responsibly. We are blessed to have a surplus and an opportunity to do this. We think it's the right thing to do. And we want to work with the governor, work the secretary, so there's no hardship and no roads or anything go unmaintained. At that time, we'd be happy to take any questions.
I'm going to come a little closer so folks can hear me on the live screen with my questions. First of all, does the governor unilaterally have the authority to do this, or would he have to call the legislature back in session to do it? And if the legislature has a say on this, why didn't we do it last week when you were in session?
Actually, we think the governor has enough money in his contingency fund, which we gave him. If he can't use that, he can call us back in, but I actually think he can do it himself.
Well, I know he can use the contingency funds, and Rich, you're a lawyer here, so maybe you can answer this. Does he have the authority in and of himself to suspend the gasoline tax?
Well, I believe it's not so much that, yes, the first question, I think the answer is he can suspend it unilaterally. The next question is whether he can pay for it. As Delegate Doyle just mentioned, he has money in his contingency fund. However, if he wants to call us back into session to do it, that would be fine as well. As far as your third question, as to why it wasn't done during the session, as you well know, the last 2 to 3 weeks of session are really quick and really fast. In fact, by that point, all the bills that need to be introduced have to be introduced at that time. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we didn't see the type of pressure that we're seeing in the oil market today. So, in any case, better late than never as far as I'm concerned, because the people of West Virginia deserve relief.
And the one thing when it comes to our budget, at 10 o'clock at night on Friday, we were actually presented the final budget revenue estimates and surplus numbers, which is common. We do that for all years past. So we see how much surplus will be out there for us to allocate between now and July.
Let me ask Delegates Doyle and Senator Baldwin, because I think you're the only two here that represent border counties. What are you seeing in your bordering states, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania? Is this going to equalize it, or is this going to lower it? Is this going to bring consumers into West Virginia?
I heard earlier that maybe Virginia and or Maryland had already made a change like this. If they haven't, they will within a few days. I don't think it's going to have a whole lot of change if every state does this, and which I hope they will.
Yeah, but Bart, just to pick up on that, I live just a few miles from the Virginia border, and Virginia is expected to do this today. If Virginia does this and West Virginia doesn't do it, then where's everybody going to go to get their gas? They're going to go next door to Virginia to get their gas. We want them to spend their money, buy their gas here in West Virginia, and not eat up more money going across state lines to get it. Thank you for the question.
Is there any questions there online?
I don't think so, but let me look on this side. It's hard to see. Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much. And like we said, we're just trying to work together with the governor's office, with the commissioner and the secretary of transportation. We just want to work together. We just want to propose this idea like many of our surrounding states, and we think we owe it to the people of West Virginia. And we're just blessed with the opportunity to possibly do it and backfill without causing any hardships on our road or maintenance funds. Thank you all for tuning in today, and we'll get to work.